One of these men is a pitcher for the world's champion Los Angeles Dodgers. What is your name, please?
My name is Don Drysdale.
What is your name, please?
My name is Don Drysdale.
What is your name, please?
My name is Don Drysdale.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Don Drysdale, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. Now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by Arid Cream Deodorant, America's largest selling deodorant. Don't be half safe, be completely safe. Use Arid Cream Deodorant, to be sure. Now may I introduce our panel. First, Miss Monique Van Vuren. Next, Mr. Don Amici. Then Miss Kitty Carlisle. And finally, Mr. Tom Poston. Panel, will you please follow along with your copies of this first affidavit? I, Don Drysdale, am a pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team. This past season, in which the Dodgers won both the National League pennant and the World Series, I led both leagues in strikeouts and was voted the most valuable player in the first All-Star game. Last month, I started my career as a cowboy actor when I played the top featured role in the Western series Lawman, signed Don Drysdale. All right, panel, you heard these three tall and stalwart gentlemen all claiming to be Don Drysdale, Dodger pitcher, and a good one. And you all set, gentlemen? All right, let's start the first question tonight with Tom Poston. Tom?
Thank you, Bud. Don Drysdale, number one. I'll start with you. What is a change of pace in a baseball pitch?
It's a slow ball.
Why is it called a change of pace?
Well, it gets the hitter off balance a little bit.
Don Drysdale, number two. Who is responsible for teaching the Western actors gunplay?
Well, there's several. Jim Sheffield was the first one that helped me, and the second person was Bill Colbert.
Don Drysdale, number three. Can you name an Indian who is an expert at marksmanship and gunplay?
Yes. Mark Snyder is.
I'm sorry, what?
Mark Snyder.
Anyone else?
No, I don't recall of any other one.
Don, number one. Do you know an Indian who is an expert at gunplay and teaches the cowboy star?
You mean a real Indian or a Cleveland Indian? Monique Van Vuren. Monique?
Number one, in Los Angeles, where is the stadium where you play baseball located?
That's Memorial Coliseum. It's an exposition park.
Number two, where is La Cienega?
La Cienega? Well, it's
What do you
right.
think?
It's in Los Angeles. It's actually is Restaurant Row on La Cienega.
Number three, who pitched a perfect game 2 years ago?
Bob Turley.
Number one, where did the World Series was played last year?
In Los Angeles and Chicago.
In where?
Los Angeles and Chicago.
Number two, who won in the National League?
Who won that? Our Brooklyn Dodgers.
Brooklyn is right. That's right. They're Brooklyn Dodgers. That's right. That's what they are. They're Brooklyn Dodgers.
Number three, where is the studio where you say you're making those Western movies?
Warner Brothers.
Number one, where is Warner Brothers located exactly?
In Burbank.
Don Amici.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to disqualify myself.
Oh? You know the man in question, is that it?
I do.
You
Okay.
do? Oh, ask him questions anyway, Don.
All right, Don, thank you very much. We move along then to Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Well, I'm in no position to ask anybody anything because I've never seen a baseball game. But I will try.
Ask him about cricket, Kitty.
What is a southpaw? Number one.
A southpaw?
Yes.
It's a person that throws left-handed.
And why is he called a southpaw?
He throws left-handed. He throws left-handed.
Well, why is he number two? Why is he called a southpaw?
Beats me. We've always called him.
Kitty, when he was leaving for spring training, his father said, "Where you going?" He said, "I'm going southpaw." That's the only one I can think of.
Number three, why is he called a southpaw?
That's usually it. Most left-handed pitchers are from the south.
You see, it had to figure. All right, that's it. It's time now to vote. So without consultation, if you will, please, panel, mark your ballots right now without consultation and vote for number one, number two, or number three. Team of challengers will, of course, get $250 for every incorrect vote. Everybody marked? Panel all voted? Kitty, have you voted yet?
Yes.
And ask for the first ones that have all voted. All right, Monique, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number one. Like Kitty, I've never seen a baseball game except on television, and they all look alike, and he's dressed like a baseball player. And it seems to me as good a reason as any to vote for him.
Okay, Monique. Don.
He knows.
Oh, he knows. I beg your pardon. That's right. So we call that an incorrect vote. That'll be a $250 that's added right along with the ride. Kitty.
I voted for number one. Number two should have gotten my vote because he knew that La Cienega was the restaurant row, and I never saw a baseball game, but I do know about restaurants in Los Angeles. But number one had that baseball look. From an expert.
Tom, what about your vote?
Well, I voted for number one, too, Bud. Because I figured if Don had been voting, he would have voted for number one.
Don Amici or Don Drysdale?
Yes, which one?
I thought it was the baseball. I'd like to know where he got that uniform, but I thought it was number one, too.
All right, there we have it. Now, we've made up our minds, and we trust you have, too. Let's discover which one of these gentlemen is the real Star Dodger pitcher. So, will the real Don Drysdale please stand up? Thank you very much, Don. Don, as you saw, we had trouble getting fellas that were as taller. How tall are you, Don?
Oh, about 6'5" and a half, 6'6".
He doesn't even know himself. When he stretches, he's 6'6". He sure does. He's a big fellow, but so are these others. Number two, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
Yes, my name is Gerald Sullivan, and I'm sales manager for Collier's Encyclopedia Corporation.
How tall are you?
6'4" and a quarter.
He's short. Number three, your real name and what you do, please.
My name is Pete Brennan, and I'm currently working with Burlington Industries and Personnel, and I'm looking forward to going to the service real soon.
Pete, same question to you. How tall are you, Pete?
Well, I'm 6'5".
You're 6'5",
Yes,
not
5.
6'4.5" or 5", but you're 6'5", definitely.
6'5" and a quarter.
Don, get together with him. You'll find out how tall you are once and for all. Another good season to you next year, boy. Keep up the good work. Kitty, you had a question?
No, Tom answered me. He knows why they call him a southpaw.
Oh, why do they call him a southpaw?
Well, the diamonds used to be laid out so that the pitcher was facing west, and a guy that threw with his left hand was coming from the south.
Ah, sure enough. I never knew that. Did you know that, Don?
No, I didn't.
See there now? Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. Well, let's check our scoring here. There were no actual incorrect votes except the one of Don Amici disqualifying himself, so that's $250, gentlemen. From Arid, on your way out, you'll find a year's supply of Rise Instant Lather for each of you. Hope you had a good time here tonight. Because we sure did. Bud. Good night. Good luck, and God bless you. Now, panel, let's meet our next group of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Norma Curts.
What is your name, please?
My name is Norma Curts.
What is your name, please?
My name is Norma Curts.
Again, panel, listen while I read this affidavit. I, Norma Curts, have two different occupations. From October to February each year, I am a waitress in my family's restaurant. But from March until September, I am, as far as I know, the only female professional sheep shearer in the country. I travel about in a 4-county area and shear from 400 to 500 sheep each season. I also operate my own flock, which I show at fairs and exhibitions. So far, my sheep have won more than 135 ribbons. Signed, Norma Curts. Three ladies this time, panel, whom you just heard declare that each was Norma Curts, sheep shearer extraordinary. So let's begin our shearing right now with Monique Van Voren.
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, where is your family restaurant?
In Maryland.
Number 2, where is the Naval Academy?
Annapolis.
Number 3, how much wool does a lamb give?
A lamb, about 4 pounds. You don't usually shear a lamb.
Number 1, how many times do they have to be sheared in a year? How many times do you shear them in a year?
Usually once a year.
Number 2, where does the wool goes to be processed?
After the lamb is sheared, the wool goes into a truck, into bags, and is carried to the wool pool. And there it is processed and made to wonderful American wool.
Number 3, where is, you said that you go through 4 counties throughout the year. What county are those?
Burlington, Camden, Gloucester, and Salem County.
Don Amici.
Number 1, how long does it take to shear a normal sheep?
1.5.
It takes...
Number 1. Sorry.
It takes me any place from 2 to maybe 6 minutes.
Number 2, what kind of instrument do you use to shear the sheep with today?
Electric shears.
Number 3, what is the difference between mutton and lamb?
Lamb is the more edible part of the meat. A lamb would be from an animal about up to a year old.
Number 1, what is the difference between mutton and lamb?
A lamb is young. Mutton is usually over a year.
Number 2, how many acres are there in a section?
84.
Number 3?
I do not know.
Number 1?
340.
How many acres in a section?
What's the section?
Number 1, what do the sheep graze on?
Well, pasture land, and in the winter you give them hay and grain.
No, Kitty?
Number 1, I'm told that you, when you shear a sheep, you grasp it with one hand and shear with the other. Which hand do you grasp it with?
Well, you don't actually grasp it with a hand. You grasp it between your knees.
Doesn't one hand go in the wool?
Yes, the left hand goes in the wool.
Left hand goes in the wool. Would you all raise your hands, all of you, please? Hands up like, no, that with the palm, this part out. All of you. Which is their left hand? This one?
Southpaw, Kitty, southpaw.
Yeah, the diamond is facing west, Kitty.
Number 1, number 2.
Good one, Don. Good one.
Number 2, what is a merino?
A merino is the sheep that gives the very finest fiber of...
Number 3, what is a
Tom
peg?
Poston.
I should love to hear
Star of the Golden Fleecing, you should do well on this.
Obviously shown up as a fake. Number 3, please. What are the colors of ribbons at a fair?
Blue is usually first. Grand champion would be purple. A reserve champion would be a slight different shade of purple. I imagine that second place is usually red.
Number 2, please. What is a green ribbon for at a county fair?
4th place.
Thank you. Number 2, what do you do for sheep who have been sheared and the weather turns prematurely cold?
Make them coats of their own wool.
You know?
Well, that's it. Saved by the bell, if you wish. You can zip up the sheep's coat there right now. And without consultation, panel, will you kindly mark your ballots? And in so doing, as before, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Everybody voted? All the way down the line? Okay. Monique, for whom this time?
Oh, I don't know. I voted for number 3. Number 2 knew a lot about lamb, but as I have never sheared a lamb lately, I really... I'm not too good an expert, and I vote for number 3.
Okay, Don.
Mine are the same reasons that Monique has. I never sheared a lamb lately either.
Also number 3. All right, Kitty.
I voted for number 2. I think number 3 got slightly mixed up on lamb and mutton, although she knew, but didn't know quickly enough. And I think that, you see, when you grasp the sheep, Your hand goes in the lanolin in the sheep, and the hand that grasps the sheep is whiter and softer than the others. And
How long have you been shearing?
I got this from an old Australian sheep herder.
Tom, your vote, please.
Well, I wish I was intelligent about it as Kitty. I just voted for number 2 because I thought her answers were better. And more than that, I can't say.
Okay, there we have it.
Sheepishly,
Now.
I admit I can't.
We have now discovered how the panel voted. Let's see which one of these 3 ladies is the real sheep shearer. So will the real Norma Curts. It's kind of association, isn't it? Norma shearer. Will the real Norma Curts please stand up? Norma, I always enjoyed your pictures, believe me. Number 1, you tell us your real name and what you really do, please.
Yes, my name's Carol Haythorne, and I am out of a job.
Oh, not even a sheep to shear. Oh, dear. All I can say to that is wool, wool, what a shame. Number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you do?
My name is Stephanie Monk, and I work for management consultants Cressup, McCormick, and Paget.
Thank you very much. This time we find that there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500 to you ladies, and on your way out a gift package of all of Carter's fine products. Thanks for being with us today. Good night and good luck. I will have another set of challenges for you in just a moment. Now, panel, let's meet our 3rd team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Russell Daniel.
What is your name, please?
My name is Russell Daniel.
What is your name, please?
My name is Russell Daniel.
Again, panel, please follow along with this affidavit. I, Russell Daniel, am Deputy Chief of the United States Secret Service. The Secret Service has 2 main areas of responsibility. One is the protection of the President, the President's family, and the Vice President. The other is the suppression of counterfeiting. As Deputy Chief, my primary job is the investigation of all counterfeiting activities within the United States. Signed, Russell Daniel. This time, panel, 3 gentlemen, all claiming to be the Treasury agent, Russell Daniel. We'd start this questioning with Don Amici. Don, please.
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, were there ever $3 bills?
No, sir.
Number 2, were there ever $3 bills?
No.
Number 3?
Not by the United States.
Number 1, where is the counterfeit money kept?
It's assured.
Number 2, where is it kept?
In the Treasury.
Number 3, what building is it in which is the money kept?
Treasury Department.
Number 2, how much money is there, counterfeit money is there in this in the Treasury Department building?
Never more than a few $100,000.
Number 3?
It varies from time to time. It's destroyed periodically.
Number 1, what is the President's daughter-in-law's first name? Number 2?
Barbara.
Number 3, where was Nixon's worst trouble in South America?
In Venezuela.
Kitty?
Number 1, how can you tell when the plates are really beautifully etched that the money is counterfeit?
By the face.
By the face?
Expression, yes.
The expression? Number 2, has no one ever been able to make counterfeit money that you could not detect?
No.
And what causes that?
Well, we don't depend just on seeing it by eye, you know. We use many chemical tests.
And there is no way of
microscopes.
making a perfect counterfeit dollar bill.
I don't believe so.
Something will go wrong.
Yes.
Number 3, who shot Mayor Cermak?
Giuseppe Zangara.
Number 1, who shot McKinley?
That's before my time.
Huh?
Before my
your
time.
Number 2, who shot McKinley?
I don't know.
Tom Poston. I don't mean he shot McKinley. Tom?
Number 3, who shot McKinley? Let's get this straight.
Shulgars.
Pardon me?
Shulgars.
Do you know who tracked down Shulgars?
No, sir, that was not a duty of the Secret Service at that time.
You know it was Arthur Hopkins? I wonder if anybody knew it was Arthur Hopkins.
No.
Yeah, he was a reporter in Cleveland. Tell me, number 3, how do you prevent the abduction of an expert engraver and having the abductors force him to turn out a perfect plate?
It has happened.
It has happened.
Yes, sir.
Monique?
Number 2, under what branch of the government does what you do fall under the jurisdiction of?
The Treasury.
Number 3, since you are with the president, how many gun salute does he get when he arrives somewhere in a big official ceremony?
21.
Number 1, how many does he get leaving?
Don't know.
Number 2?
21.
Number 3, what side of the bill is the face on the right or on the left?
It's in the center.
Number 2, could you name the signatures that are on the bill?
Mr. Anderson and Ivy Baker Priest.
The what?
Ivy Baker Priest.
That's it, panel. Once again, it's time to vote, so will you mark your ballots? And as before, vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. There we go. Everybody voted?
No.
No? Mark ballots quickly. All set? Here we go. All right, Monique, for whom did you vote this time?
I vote for number 2.
You didn't quite finish that. Looks like a question mark.
It is really, because it was between number 2 and number 3. But what got me was the salute of the president leaving. I just read it in a book a few days ago, and I hope it bears fruit.
All right. So number 2 is your vote, right? Yes, number 2. All right, Don?
I voted for number 3. I didn't find him with any wrong answers.
Kitty?
I voted for number 3. He looks like he'd be a menace to male factors, if that's the way you pronounce it. And he knew who shot McKinley and who shot Mayor Cermak.
Tom?
Yes, he did. And he knew... he knew several other... He knew it wasn't me, for one thing. Should have seen the look on his face when you accused me of that, but...
Your vote is number 3, then.
Number 3, that's right.
Okay, there we have it again. The roundup is here, and let's see whether we did well or not too well with this round as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real Treasury agent. So may I ask the real Russell Daniel to please stand up. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you do, please, sir?
My name is Ray Sweeney, purchasing agent for the First Federal Saving Loan Association, Rockefeller Center.
Thank you. And number 2, your real name and what you do.
I'm Rear Admiral Robert J. Archer, U.S. Navy retired, now the president of the Washington Gaslight Club.
Thank you, sir. Well, we thank you, gentlemen, and in checking up on our score, we find there was only 1 incorrect vote at $250 again. From Arid, on your way out, a year's supply of rice instant lather for each of you. I hope you enjoyed your visit. We certainly enjoyed having you gentlemen here with us tonight. Good night and good luck to you. Mr. Daniel has asked that his share of the winnings be donated to Father Flanagan's Boys Town in Boys Town, Nebraska, and that will be done. Well, I guess that's all the time we have for tonight, except say that Polly will be back with us next week. Monique, it's been a great pleasure, as always, having you with us.
Oh, it's been always such fun to be with you.
Anybody wants to keep an eye on lovely Monique, just go and see Happy Anniversary. She stars in that picture, and I hear it's a real good one.
Thank you.
And I guess that's about it for tonight, isn't it? Any vital statistics any of you would like to add?
No, just that the diamond faces west.
All right, you southpaws. Good night.
Good night, Bud.
Bud Collier saying good night from Arid Cream Deodorant and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To
Family Feud and Millionaire are now on back-to-back.
Look out! Mama likes that, yeah.
Double the feuds.
It's a big responsibility, but I accept it.
Double the drama.
Who's playing?
Triple the fun.
That's excellent.
Back-to-back episodes of Family Feud and Millionaire. Weeknights starting at 8 on GSN.